My beloved child, there are moments in life when everything around you seems still, yet within, I am stirring something deep in the core of your being. Others may think it is nothing more than a passing feeling, but I tell you it is the moment before something great is set to rise. Just as the dawn never rushes, yet when it comes, nothing can stop the light from spreading, so it is with the changes I have destined for your life. They quietly mature in silence until they break forth into an irreversible turning point. Right now you are standing at the threshold of such a moment. Your eyes may not yet see any clear signs. The circumstances around you may even make you believe that nothing is changing. The challenges remain, the pressure still weighs heavily, and the promises I have spoken may still feel distant. Yet it is in the moments when everything appears most still that the greatest progress is taking place. True transformation does not begin with what the eye can see, but with the movement deep within the spirit, where the will, the faith, and the vision I have planted in you are being shaped. Like the unseen roots of a young tree, anchoring deep into the soil, roots that determine its life and height, so it is with your life. There are things I am planting and nurturing in you that no one else can see. The world is accustomed to measuring worth by speed and views success through immediate results. But the things that are lasting and carry eternal value have never been built that way. They require time to be refined, to endure dry seasons, long silent nights, and moments when it feels as though you must let go entirely. Do not forget the words I have revealed in Scripture. To everything there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven. Ecclesiastes 3:1. This is not merely a comfort, but a principle of my kingdom. Your process unfolds within the seasons I have appointed for a clear purpose. When you do not yet see, it does not mean nothing is happening. It only means the appointed time has not yet come. This moment marks the closing of a long cycle, not an ordinary ending, but one that brings release. There are burdens you have carried for so long that you have come to believe they are a permanent part of your life. There are limitations that have shaped the way you think, plan, and dream, to the point that you can no longer imagine another way of living. But the change I am about to bring will not merely remove a few obstacles. It will shatter every chain that has ever confined you. Like a bird so used to its cage that it hesitates when the door is opened, you may feel uncertain at first, but once you feel the wind of freedom, you will never return. Once you have tasted the freedom I give, you will not accept life within the old boundaries again. Perhaps you have wondered why certain doors slammed shut before you, why some relationships ended without explanation, or why opportunities that seemed certain suddenly dissolved. In those moments you may have thought it was failure or punishment, but now I tell you it was protection. Not everything you lose is a loss. Sometimes it is I clearing the way. If I had allowed you to step into those opportunities before you were ready, they would have become a burden instead of a blessing. If I had let you remain tied to people whose purpose did not align with yours, they would have pulled you off the path I set for you. There are things you will only recognize as blessings when you look back and see how I shielded you. Now I call you to be alert. When the shift begins, it will not wait for you to get ready. You must be ready beforehand. This is why I am leading you into a new state of being, teaching you to release what no longer serves the journey so that there is room for what I am about to give. What comes next is not only a reward for perseverance, but also a greater entrustment. Every step forward will require sharper vision, a steadfast heart, and a keen ability to discern. You will need to see beyond what the eyes can take in and listen more deeply than the ears naturally hear, for my guidance does not always come through loud signals. At times it is the gentle whisper in the stillness, like Elijah who heard my voice, not in the storm, but in the delicate quiet. My child, I did not create you merely to exist. You are here to leave a mark, to become living proof that there are things which surpass the limits of the natural when they are birthed from my intent. This does not come from luck or your own strength, but from the union of steadfast faithfulness and the perfect timing I have ordained. When these two meet, what was once deemed impossible will become undeniable. Like a seed that breaks forth after a long season hidden in the soil, you will rise not only with renewed life, but with a transformed form ready to bear fruit. Therefore, receive this invitation to step out of what is familiar. Believe that what I am about to do is not a mere improvement of the past, but an entirely new beginning. This is not a repetition, but a reshaping. When you see life through the lens of preparation and purpose, you will recognize that every event, both joyful and painful, has been a brushstroke I have used to perfect a greater picture. You do not need to see the whole canvas to know I am at work. You need only to trust that each stroke of my hand carries meaning. What I am about to accomplish will not only change the circumstances around you, but it will reshape how you see yourself. You will realize you have never truly been abandoned, never truly been stuck, and never truly lacked what was necessary to move forward. The only thing you may have been missing was the perspective to see that the process was still unfolding. Now I give you that perspective so you may enter this new season not with hesitation, but with the confidence that you are in the right place at the right time and in the very role I have appointed for you. Before you lies a road not yet paved, but I will light each step as you take it. You do not need to see the entire path. You only need light for the next step. As you walk, the light will expand, and the picture will gradually be revealed until you come to understand that every delay, every trial, every moment that once seemed meaningless was in fact an essential part leading to this moment when I begin to shift everything in ways that cannot be reversed. My child, I know there have been times when you look back on your journey and wondered why I allowed you to pass through so many difficult seasons. You have seen others move ahead quickly, receiving what they asked for in a short time, while you had to wait and walk through stretches of road no one else could fully understand. You have endured days when my silence made you think you had been forgotten. But I tell you now, not for a single moment have I turned my back. Every step you have taken has been in my hand, even when your eyes could not perceive it. The waiting you have just endured has not been wasted. It has been a refining process, a furnace where gold is purged of its impurities. I have used this time to clear away what does not belong to you, to sharpen your discernment, and to cause you to recognize what is truly valuable. You have learned to hear my voice amidst countless other sounds. You have learned to stand firm when the pillars you leaned on were removed. This very stability will be the foundation for all that I am about to set before you. If the blessing had come before you were built as you are now, it would have become a burden. But now it will be a tool to reveal my glory through your life. Some doors have closed not because you lacked ability, but because I desired to protect you from paths that were never meant for you. Some relationships I have removed for, if they remained, they would weaken the calling upon your life. You cannot see all that is unfolding in the unseen realm, but I see clearly. I know who will strengthen you, and who will draw you away from the course I have set. I know what you need not only to begin well, but to finish in glory. This is why I have prepared with patience, even when you longed for things to arrive sooner. You must remember, my timing is not like the timing of the world. You measure by days, months, and years. I measure by the completeness of purpose. When every element is in place, fulfillment will come so swiftly that you will marvel at how long you waited. Like a seed that after months of silently taking root, suddenly pushes through the surface one morning, your blessing will break forth from the soil of waiting, and all will see it. But my child, before that happens, I have wanted to ensure that your roots go deep enough to stand firm when the winds come. I also know there have been moments when you wondered whether the sacrifices you have made were truly worth it. You have turned away from shorter paths, let go of easier opportunities simply to keep your heart pure before me. You have chosen integrity over convenience, even when that choice cost you relationships, resources, or status. I have seen it all. Not a single drop of your sweat or tear has been forgotten. They have been recorded in the heavenly register, and now they are crying out to usher in a harvest. My child, I want you to understand that seasons of waiting are not only meant to test you, but also to prepare the people and circumstances I will bring into your life. When I open a door, it is not only you who steps through, but there are other elements already set in place to align with that step. I never lead you into an empty room. I arrange the setting beforehand so that when you arrive, everything is ready. That is why there are times when you thought you were being delayed, but in truth, I was filling the room before you entered. I have heard the whispers you uttered in solitude. I have seen how you tried to encourage others even while you yourself were still waiting for encouragement. I know there were moments when you wanted to give up, but a strength from within, my very spirit, kept you standing. That endurance did not come by accident. It is the evidence that I have been with you even in the darkest valleys, and now that perseverance will become the signal for heaven to open its storehouses. What I am about to do will happen naturally, yet with great power. You will not have to fight or scramble for position, for I myself will place you there. Conversations you never attend will carry your name on the lips of those in authority. Decisions made in rooms you have never entered will open pathways for you to walk through. I am turning the hearts of those who can release opportunities to you, but everything they do will only be in response to the will I have already decreed. I want you to walk through this season with peace without the fear of missing out. You cannot miss what I have engraved for you. Every scheme meant to steal, it will vanish like morning mist under the Sunday. Every opposition will become a stepping stone for me to display my power. When I open the way, no one can close it. When I call your name, no one can replace you. You will know it is my appointed time, because every piece will fall perfectly into place in a way no human strength could arrange. Prepare your heart, my child. Do not only prepare to receive, but also to steward. The blessings I give are not solely for your enjoyment, but to be tools for a greater purpose. You will be called to lift others up, to share your experiences, and to be a living testimony of my faithfulness. The stories you tell will carry the power to heal, for they will not be mere words, but truths purchased through years of steadfastness. And when that moment comes, remember to look back and recognize that not a single day of this journey was wasted. Not one tear fell without me keeping it. Not one moment you stood alone in the dark was without my presence beside you. All of it has led you to this point, the moment when preparation meets fulfillment, the moment when the hidden seed blossoms, the moment when what I have spoken long ago is revealed before your eyes. My child, I want you to know that the shifting taking place is not only on the surface, but deep within the innermost parts of your spirit. What I am doing is not merely changing circumstances. I am reshaping who you are so that when you step into the new season, you will not only be blessed but transformed. I am not building you to adapt to comfort. I am training you to stand firm in the midst of trials so that when storms arise, you will not be swept away but become a steadfast pillar for those around you. You once believed that strength was proven only when you overcame external obstacles. But I tell you, true strength begins when you prevail over the battles within. The fears no one knows about, the doubts you've kept hidden, the words that once cut deep into your soul, all these are battlefields I have stepped onto with you. I did not stand at a distance to watch. I fought alongside you, touched each wound, and gave you the ability to rise after every fall. It was in the very place you thought yourself weakest that I planted the seed of resilience. There are things you once considered failures, but under my light, they will be revealed as guiding lessons. You have walked through seasons of being misunderstood, misjudged, and overlooked. And there were times you thought your worth had been taken from you. Yet, my child, the value I placed in you has never diminished, nor has it ever depended on how others perceive you. I sealed that worth into you long before you entered this world, and no circumstance, no word, no action can erase it. The past season was simply the process I used to separate you from the things that could blur your understanding of who you truly are. Remember, every word I speak carries the power to fulfill its purpose. When I say you will step into a season of fulfillment, it is not dependent on moods, weather, or the conditions of this world. It depends on my authority, the one who created the universe itself. My word never returns void. Therefore, you need not wonder if you are qualified. I chose you before you had anything to prove. And because I have chosen you, no one can disqualify you. You will see that the signs of transformation do not always arrive with great noise. Sometimes they appear through a chance conversation, a door opening that you did not seek, or a subtle shift in the atmosphere around you. You will begin to notice that what I am doing is beyond your control, and this will be undeniable evidence that I, myself, am at work. My child, let this sense of wonder become the fuel that deepens your trust rather than your urge to control the outcome. You do not need to manage everything, you only need to walk with my guidance. I also want you to know that when I change a season, I do not only change external conditions, I change the way you respond. What once frightened you will no longer hold power. What once discouraged you will become an opportunity to display faith. You will no longer be overwhelmed by sudden shifts because you will know that my hand holds every detail in place. The peace you carry will not come from everything being calm, but from knowing that I am still here right in the middle of every change. You may not yet realize it, but the skills, qualities, and values you carry today are the result of a long process. The times you persevered when no one was watching, the moments you chose integrity over convenience, the times you helped without expecting anything in return, all these have become the firm foundation that will uphold the blessings. Come, I have seen each of these small acts and I have never forgotten them. My child, every sacrifice is remembered by me, and I will multiply its fruit in due time. In this season, you will learn that preparation is not merely about gathering resources or sharpening skills, it is about enlarging your heart to receive the new. Some old things must be laid down to make space for what I am about to give. Not everything that was once useful will still be necessary. Certain relationships, habits, or ways of thinking will need to be replaced with those that align better with the new season. I know letting go is not easy, but, my child, your loyalty should never be anchored to what I gave you for only a specific time. Anchor your loyalty in me, the one who does not change. And as you step forward with courage, you will see that those steps are never taken alone. I will place beside you the right companions at the right time, people who share the vision and shoulder the weight together. You will find that I never call you to walk alone in great assignments. The ones I send will not compete with you, but complement you. They will not try to shape you into their mold, but will honor what I have placed in you. They will become vital links in the network I am weaving around your life. My child, prepare your heart not only to receive blessings, but also to steward them with wisdom and humility. What is coming is not meant to elevate you for your sake alone, but so that through you many others may be touched. True blessing always carries a mission, and a mission always demands a heart shaped by discipline, patience, and faithfulness. That is why I have allowed you to pass through long seasons without explanation, so that today you can stand firm when the blessing arrives and use it for the exact purpose I have intended. Therefore, do not fear what you cannot yet see. Do not be anxious over what still has no answer. Let each step you take be the answer of your trust. I am opening a new path, and as you walk in it, you will see that everything has been arranged more perfectly than any plan you could have drawn for yourself. This is the moment when you will clearly see, I am not merely doing something new, I am doing something beyond all your expectations. My child, I want you to pause for a moment and become aware of the atmosphere you are living in right now. You have become so accustomed to pressure that you think it is the normal rhythm of life. But if you pay attention, you will sense a subtle shift, like a fresh breeze passing through, signaling that another season is near. I am adjusting the spiritual climate around you, preparing to unveil what I have long kept hidden. This is not to startle you vaguely, but to lead you in with alertness and readiness to receive. There were many times in the past when you saw opportunity, but were unsure if you could seize it. You stepped back because you felt unqualified, not strong enough, or unprepared, but now it is different. Every season of trial you have endured has thickened the foundation beneath you. What once shook you will now only make you stand firmer. You no longer need the approval of those who do not understand your journey, for you have learned to hear my voice in the silence. This is your greatest advantage entering this new season: the ability to discern what is true amidst the noise and to recognize my direction even when no one else agrees. My child, what I am setting in motion is not a small step forward, but a pivotal shift that will open the door to an entirely new journey. Every experience, every skill, every lesson you have gathered will be fully utilized. Not a single piece will be wasted. Even the mistakes of your past, the things you wish to forget, I will use as part of the foundation. I turn what once brought you shame into a testimony. I transform your scars into signs of strength. When you step forward, others will not see a person defined by old failures, but one refined by the fire. I am also dealing with the forces that once sought to hold you back. What once weighed upon you like invisible chains will begin to lose its grip. The words that once sank deep into your mind, causing you to doubt yourself, will lose their power. I am cleansing the atmosphere around you, so that when you advance, there will be no echoes of the past pulling you back. Remember, when I set free, I do not work halfway. When I open a door, I do not open it slightly. When I say go, I have already prepared the way. So do not be concerned if some do not understand your next step. Not everyone will see what I am unveiling. Many will still look at you through the lens of old seasons, but you must not let that sway you. I do not need everyone's agreement before I bring you into a new season. I do not seek the world's approval. I carry out my purpose in my timing. As you walk forward, some will be amazed, some will doubt, and some will oppose you. But in the end, the results themselves will be the loudest testimony that you have been on the right path. My child, I have seen you remain steadfast when no one was watching. I have seen you choose integrity when there was no praise for it, and that is why I can entrust you with more. I do not seek perfection, but I seek faithfulness. And you have proven that through every quiet choice, every hidden sacrifice, every moment you stood firm when the headwinds blew hardest. None of that has been in vain. It is the reason why you will not only enter the new season, but also keep the blessing within it. I know you have been through seasons when the results did not reflect your efforts. You sowed, but the harvest came slowly. You built, but the outcome remained unseen. That was not because the seed was poor, but because the soil needed time to be enriched and the climate needed the right season for the seed to sprout. Now I declare to you that your spiritual climate has changed. The rain I send will soak every seed you have sown in faithfulness, and they will rise together. There will be fruits you had even forgotten you planted, but they will appear so that you will know I have never forgotten a single seed. Prepare yourself to witness the miraculous alignment between things that once seemed entirely unrelated. I will weave together relationships, experiences, and opportunities in a way that only I can. You will find yourself stepping into situations where every detail fits perfectly, and you will know beyond any doubt that this is no coincidence. I do this so that you may be certain it is my work, and so you can move forward with absolute trust. Do not be afraid when you feel yourself entering territory you have never walked before. This is a good sign, for it means you are stepping beyond the boundaries of your comfort zone into the place where faith can grow. If you remained only in the familiar, you would not need me as much. But in the new and uncharted, you will see clearly that every step requires my guidance. This is what will keep you near me, and it will also protect you from being swept away by the temptations that often follow success. So, my child, walk with courage. Not because you know every detail ahead, but because you know me. Not because you hold all the answers, but because you know the one who does. Remember that every time you step forward in response to my call, you are not merely changing your position, you are breaking through invisible barriers that have long surrounded you. I am using your very footsteps to establish new territory, and once your feet have touched it, it will never be the same. My child, I want you to understand that this moment in which you now stand is not an empty pause. It is the intersection of destiny. Everything you have lived through, every joy and every sorrow, every triumph and every loss has converged here. Not a single memory, not a single tear, not a single step has been wasted. I have woven them all into a vast tapestry, and now I am turning it around for you to see. What once seemed like tangled threads will now appear as an intricate design, proving that I have always been in control of every detail. You may have thought that the years behind you were nothing but prolonged waiting, but I tell you, they have been the foundation needed to bear the weight of what is to come. You cannot build a towering structure on fragile ground. In the same way, I cannot place a great mission upon a heart that has not been deeply fortified. In this time past, I have dug deep into your soul, removing the soft soil and replacing it with the solid rock of faith and discernment. And now everything is ready for me to begin building what you have never imagined. When I say, the time has come, no force can delay it. The obstacles that once made you hesitate will become the very steps that lift you higher. Those who once rejected you will witness the doors swing wide open before you. But I want you to remember, this is not about revenge. It is about testimony. I do not lift you up to prove others wrong, but to prove that I am faithful. And when people look at your life and see what has taken place, they will know that this is not the product of luck or human strategy, but the living evidence of my hand at work. Do not mistake humility for shrinking back. When I open the way, I expect you to step in with boldness. I have placed within you abilities, visions, and a voice that this world needs to hear. This is the time for you to stop speaking softly, out of fear of being misunderstood, and to speak with clarity, because you know you are declaring what I have placed in your heart. Every word you release in this season will carry spiritual weight, for it will not come from your own will, but from the life flowing through you from me. You must understand that the blessing to come is not solely for the transformation of your personal life, it is meant to impact those around you. I care not only about lifting you up, but also about the many who will be drawn upward with you as you step into your new position. The connections you will form, the doors that will open, and the resources that will flow toward you are not simply for your benefit, but to expand the influence of my kingdom. You will be the vessel, and through you, many will be touched by what I have destined for them. My child, prepare yourself to let go of the old image of who you have been, not because it was wrong, but because it can no longer contain what I am about to do. You cannot operate in this season with the mindset of the last. Just as new wine cannot be poured into old wineskins, you need a renewed vision, a wider heart, and a greater expectation. You will find yourself doing things you once thought impossible, standing in places you never imagined you would be, and influencing people whose names you once only knew from afar. This is the moment when you must walk without hesitation. Every pause will cause you to fall out of step with my process. Trust that I have prepared every detail. When you take the first step, the next one will be revealed. I am not asking you to see the entire path, but I am calling you to trust the one who leads the way. Each step you take will open new things, and you will realize that I have gone before you long ago. Remember, when I act, you do not need to justify yourself. You do not need to argue to prove your worth. The results will speak for themselves. What I do will be so evident that no one can deny it, not even those who once doubted you. My presence will cover you, and anyone who meets you in this season will sense it before they even hear you speak. So, my child, lift up your head, step out of the shadows of hesitation. Place your hand in mine, and let me lead you into something new. This is not a random beginning. This is the moment I appointed before you were ever formed. Everything is converging for a time such as this. And as you step in, you will understand why everything had to happen in the exact order it did. You will see that I was never late. I was leading you to the right place at the right time with the right heart. Now that you have crossed the threshold, I want you to understand clearly that this is not just a change in circumstances, but a transfer of authority. What was once withheld is now being placed in your hands. You are no longer in a place of waiting, you have been positioned for action. But before you move forward, I want you to look back and recognize that everything I have done in the past was to prepare you for this moment. Every prayer you prayed, every time you chose obedience without assurance, every sacrifice you made in secret, all of it has been stored up and is now being released like a mighty river that cannot be stopped. You will see that the skills, experiences, and even the wounds of your past now carry a new value. They are no longer marks of failure, but proof of refinement. I have turned your pain into discernment, your loss into compassion, your trials into inner strength. The very things you thought had drained you have now become the fuel that propels you further. This is one of the ways I reveal my power, turning what the enemy intended for your destruction into instruments for the fulfillment of my purpose. From this point on, the way you see the world will change. You will no longer merely react to what happens, you will begin to shape the environment around you. I am giving you the ability to influence, not to impose your own will, but to carry my light into dark places. When you enter a room, my presence within you will shift the atmosphere. You will see conversations take a different direction, new ideas spark to life, and hearts once closed begin to soften. This is not the result of your strength, but of the one who lives and works within you. But my child, with authority will also come testing, not to cause you to stumble, but to strengthen your steps. I will make it clear to you what is my voice and what is the voice of distraction. Some invitations will look like opportunities, but are actually traps. Other narrow paths will appear risky, but are in fact the way I have prepared. This is the time when your discernment will matter more than ever. Remember, the enemy cannot take away what I have placed within you, but it will try to mislead you so that you forfeit it yourself. Therefore, keep your spiritual ears sharp and your spiritual eyes open. You will begin to realize that even the smallest acts you take in this season carry eternal weight. A timely word of encouragement, a simple act of kindness, or a courageous decision can create ripples you cannot immediately measure. I am calling you to live with the awareness that every moment matters. Do not underestimate the impact of a faithful step, even if no one notices it. I see it, I record it, and I multiply it. Be ready, my child, for I will take you to places you never imagined you would go. Invitations will come from sources you did not expect. Doors will open not because you knocked, but because I whispered your name into the ears of those with the authority to unlock them. Do not be surprised when those who once overlooked you now seek you out for counsel or partnership. This is because I have arranged for your name to be spoken in places where you have never yet set foot. But I want you to remember, the goal is not for many to know you, but for many to know me through your life. Let your prominence be the result of my being glorified. When you enter places of influence, remember that you are there as an ambassador of the kingdom, carrying the atmosphere of heaven and my words. Every conversation, every decision, every relationship you build in this season is an opportunity for me to be revealed. My child, prepare yourself to operate in the abundance I will give you, not only in material provision, but also in wisdom, grace, and favor. You will see resources coming from unexpected directions arriving at the exact moment they are needed. But do not let abundance draw you away from the true purpose. Remember, resources are merely tools. The goal is to fulfill the mission. If you keep your heart upright before me, you will see everything come and go with peace, unbound by either lack or surplus. Above all, my child, remain connected to me. True prosperity is not measured by the quantity of what you have, but by the depth of your attachment to the giver. You can go farther, faster, and have deeper impact when you stay closer to me than ever before. Do not let the busyness of activity rob you of the time to dwell in my presence. In those quiet moments with me, you will be renewed, given direction, and reminded of the reason you were sent. So stand firm, my child. You are no longer waiting on the other shore. You have stepped into the current. I am leading you, and everything is beginning to move at the pace of heaven. You will see that when you walk in my rhythm, all things will align perfectly. Not too early, not too late, but exactly at the time I ordained long ago. My child, when I set you into a new season, I not only open the way ahead, but also build walls of protection around you. Every step you take now is covered by a shield you cannot see with your eyes, yet it is more real than anything tangible. I have blocked the poisoned arrows the enemy fired from a distance. I have broken the plans conceived in the dark to make you stumble. Nothing passes through my protection without my permission. And if I allow something to happen, it is certain to serve your good and your growth. Remember that when you step into the place I send you, you are not alone. I send angels ahead to prepare the way and place the right people in position to receive you. There will be moments when you are amazed by unexpected favor, but it will not be by chance. It will be the result of the silent preparations I have made long before. I am working not only in your heart, but also in the hearts of those you will meet, so that when you arrive, everything will be ready for divine connection. My child, do not let the calm of the early days make you complacent. The enemy knows it cannot stop you from entering, but it will try to distract you once you are inside. It will bring offers that appear good, but will secretly pull you away from your purpose. It will attempt to stir up old fears and doubts, but stand firm, for I have given you spiritual armor to resist. When you wield my word as a sword and keep faith as your shield, no attack can break through. You must also understand that in this season, every choice you make carries great weight. This is not to make you live in fear, but to make you aware that each step is shaping the path ahead. Let every decision be placed in prayer and in listening to me. I will give you a sense of peace when you are on the right path, and a sense of unease when you stray from the way I have set. Do not ignore the small signals within. They are my voice guiding you away from traps. My child, I am also bringing new companions into your life. They will not come to control you, but to support you. They will not force you into their mold, but will honor what I have placed within you. Some of them will serve as shields, helping you withstand external pressures. Others will be sources of encouragement, reminding you of why you were sent when you feel weary. But remember, there will also be those who come only to watch and to test you. Do not rush to give the keys of your heart to anyone. Let time and my discernment reveal who is truly sent to walk alongside you. I know you have been wounded by placing your trust in the wrong people. I know you have entrusted your confidence into the hands of those who did not value it. But my child, do not allow that past to cause you to close your heart in the present. Wisdom is not found in shutting every door, but in knowing when to open it and to whom. In this season, I will teach you how to discern between genuine loyalty and skillful deception. I will reveal to you the hidden motives, even when the surface appears flawless. Furthermore, My child, know that I am expanding your sphere of influence. Invitations will come from places you never imagined, from platforms you never envisioned yourself stepping onto. Each opportunity is a part of my strategy. Do not worry that you will be overwhelmed. I will grant you fresh strength for every assignment. Do not fear that you are inadequate. I have already equipped you with every skill and wisdom you will need. When I open a door, I also give you the strength to walk through it. You will come to see that in this season I am not only answering your prayers, but exceeding what you have ever asked. There are things you thought would come gradually, but I will cause them to happen swiftly to match the pace of heaven. There are promises you thought would be fulfilled in a distant stage, yet I will bring them sooner to confirm that you are on the right path. The speed is not meant to overwhelm you, but to break the limitations you once carried in your mind. My child, walk with courage and steadfastness. Do not let the noise from outside cause you to doubt what I have spoken. You have heard my voice clearly. Now is the time to act. As you follow my leading, you will witness the impossible become possible, and dreams you thought were dead come alive again. I will show you that when I am with you, no obstacle is too great to stand in your way. Remember, success in my eyes is not measured only by results, but by your faithfulness in each step. If you keep your eyes on me and your heart upright before me, you will not only finish this journey, but you will leave a spiritual imprint that eternity cannot erase. And when this season closes, you will look back with deep gratitude, realizing that every moment, every choice, every battle led to the glorious ending I had written for you. My child, I want you to understand that the change you are experiencing is not merely a step forward, it is a great leap. This is not a small improvement in your life, but a complete repositioning. I am placing you in a position where your influence will extend far beyond anything you have imagined. You will no longer be confined by familiar borders, nor held back by old prejudices. When I lift you up, no one can bring you down. When I open a door, no one can close it. You must remember that your steps now do not only affect the present, but also impact future generations. Every decision you make, every word you speak, every action you take will leave a spiritual mark, and that mark will be passed down. Do not think that you are doing isolated tasks. You are building a legacy, and that legacy will not be founded on fame or wealth, but on your faithfulness to my word, my child. You have learned that victory does not always come instantly. There have been battles that seemed unending, prayers that appeared to be endlessly delayed, but I want you to know every moment in that waiting was used by me to fortify your endurance. Now, as you step into this new season, you will see that this patience has become a sharp weapon, enabling you to stand firm even when storms arise. I also want you to realize that there will be eyes watching you. Some will watch to learn, others will watch to find fault. But do not let that shake you. I have not called you to please people, but to fulfill my will. If you try to meet everyone's expectations, you will soon lose your focus. Keep your eyes fixed on me, for I alone determine where you go, where you stay, and what you accomplish. My child, in this season I will teach you how to walk in authority without falling into pride. Authority is not given to oppress, but to serve. Strength is not meant to elevate oneself, but to lift others. When you understand that all power, every opportunity, and every advantage come from me, you will know how to use them to benefit many and to bring glory to my name. And when you choose humility, I will lift you even higher. There will be times when the weight of responsibility feels heavy upon you. There will be days when you wonder if you are truly capable of carrying this mission. In those moments, remember that you are not called to accomplish everything on your own. I never place a burden without also giving the strength to bear it. When you feel weak, that is when my strength is made perfect. When you do not know where to take the next step, I will reveal the path. When you have no words to speak, the Holy Spirit will place words upon your lips. My child, I also want to warn you that as you rise to new heights, the winds will blow stronger. Challenges will become more subtle and temptations more cunning, yet at the same time you will be more fully equipped. Do not be surprised when new battles appear. They are simply a confirmation that you are right where I want you to be. Each time you overcome, you will ascend to a new level of wisdom and authority. Keep your heart tender before me. In the midst of busyness and pressure, do not allow your heart to become hardened or numb. Tenderness before me will keep you sensitive to my voice. It will help you not only to act rightly, but to act with love and compassion. This world does not only need truth, it needs truth expressed in love. And my child, be thankful in all circumstances. Gratitude will keep you in peace, even when things do not unfold as you had hoped. When you give thanks, you will recognize my fingerprints, even in the smallest details. Gratitude will keep you humble when success comes, and it will help you stand firm when trials arise. Finally, my child, I want you to engrave this truth upon your heart. You do not walk alone. Every step you take, I walk with you. Every word you speak, I uphold. Every battle you face, I fight alongside you. You do not have to search for me in some distant place, for I am within you. Remember my promise, I will never leave you nor forsake you. Hebrews 1:3-5. This is a promise that will never change, no matter how seasons shift or the world trembles. So walk with steadfastness and courage. The new season has come, and you are ready not because you are perfect, but because you belong to me. And when you belong to me, nothing can stop you from fulfilling the purpose I ordained before the foundation of the world. My child, there are things I am doing for you in this moment that your eyes cannot yet see and your ears cannot yet hear, but they are unfolding more powerfully than ever. I do not need to reveal every step of my plan, for there are matters that can only be accomplished in silence. Just as a seed must rest unseen beneath the soil before it sprouts, I am working in the hidden places within you and around you, so that when the appointed time comes, everything will emerge in perfection and be unstoppable. You have wondered why I do not reveal every detail to you. My child, it is not because I wish to keep you in the dark, but because I desire to protect my plan from the interference of the enemy. Some things, if revealed too early, could be distorted, hindered, or even destroyed. But when I keep them in secrecy, I ensure they will be born at the right time and in the right way. Trust that even in the silence I am at work. Do not measure the worth of a day only by what your eyes can see. There are days that may seem uneventful, yet, in reality, the foundation is being laid deeper. I am aligning people, circumstances, and resources in places you have never set foot. I am causing good words about you to be spoken in rooms you have never entered. And when you arrive, you will realize that I have gone before you long ago. I am also using the very things you dislike to serve my purpose. Awkward conversations, closed doors, and blocked paths, all of these are orchestrated by me to keep you on the exact course I have set for you, my child. Many times, it is in my no that you find the greatest protection. If I were to let you step into places that are not yet ready for you, it would harm you far more than it would help you. So be grateful, even for what you have not yet received, for these too are part of my grace toward you. You must understand that my timing is not like yours. You see slowness, but I see precision. You see waiting, but I see preparation. When I say now is not the time, it is not a rejection, but a promise that when the moment is right, nothing will be able to stop it. And when that moment arrives, things will unfold so swiftly that you will no longer doubt it is my hand at work. My child, in this season I am training you to walk not by what you see, but by what you believe. Faith is not forged in days when everything is clear. It is built in the dark when you still choose to believe I am at work even without visible proof. This is why, I have allowed you to walk through seasons where my silence has seemed long. It is not abandonment. It is my way of anchoring your faith in me, not in circumstances. When you learn to trust me, even without understanding, you will enter into a kind of freedom the world cannot give. You will no longer be driven by the fear of missing out, swayed by the words of others, or shaken when things change. Your peace will not come from everything going according to your own plan, but from knowing with certainty that I hold the entirety of your story. In this season, I also want you to be thankful for the journey you have taken. I know you have walked through rough roads, faced long days without a clear way forward, and endured nights when you could only cry in silence. But it is precisely these things that have deepened you, humbled you, and made you more sensitive to my voice. They have prepared you to receive what I am about to give, so that when it comes you will cherish it and use it rightly. Know this, my child, much of the work I am doing for you now is not on the outside but within. I am reshaping the way you think, purifying your motives and strengthening your spirit. I do not want you to enter your new season with only new opportunities but with a new heart, a heart freed from bitterness, comparison, and insecurity. A heart that knows it is loved, chosen, and equipped for a greater mission. Therefore, when you see no outward change, do not think I am doing nothing. Remember, the seed is still sprouting beneath the soil, even when you cannot see the green shoot. And when it breaks through, it will bear fruit not only for you, but for many others. This is the season where my silence is not absence, but the sign of a plan being perfected. My child, I know there are days when you wonder why you still have to wait, even though you have believed, obeyed, and walked according to my call. But understand this, the time I take is never wasted. Every moment of waiting carries a purpose. I do not delay to wear you down, but to bring to full maturity the things necessary for a lasting harvest. If I gave you what you asked for before you were ready, it could become a burden heavy enough to crush you. But when I make you wait, I am giving you an unseen gift, endurance, maturity, and the capacity to steward what I am about to place in your hands. I see the times you have done all you could to stay strong. I know the nights when you cried quietly, yet still put on a smile the next morning and kept going. I have heard the sighs you released when there was no one you could share your heart with. I have also seen the moments when you knelt in your private room and poured out to me everything that weighed you down. You thought no one knew, but I knew. You thought no one understood, but I understood. And those very tears I have gathered into my golden bottle. Just as I have spoken, you have kept count of my wanderings. Put my tears in your bottle. Psalm 5, 6, 8. I want you to understand that every challenge you face right now is not a barrier, but a tool for refinement. Every rejection, every closed door, every situation that seems like a dead end is shaping within you a new capacity. You will learn to stand firm, even when no one stands beside you. You will know how to keep your peace even when chaos surrounds you. You will gain the wisdom to discern between my voice and the noise of the world. My child, the enemy seeks to use this waiting season to plant seeds of doubt in you. It whispers that I have forgotten you, that I will not keep my word, that you have misheard my calling. But you must know that he is the father of lies. I never forget a single promise. Every word I have spoken is sealed by my own faithful nature. If I have declared it, I will surely bring it to pass. Let my word be the anchor for your soul, so that when storms arise, you will not be swept away. In this moment, my child, I call you to maintain your spiritual discipline. Do not let the waiting make you lazy or discouraged. Continue to seek me daily. Immerse yourself in my word, so that your mind may be renewed. Nurture prayer not only to ask, but to listen. As you spend time with me, you will realize that my presence is the greatest reward, and everything you hope for is merely a byproduct of that. I also want you to know that this season of preparation is not only to make you stronger, but also to heal you. There are wounds you thought had healed, but are still quietly lingering. I am using this time to bind them with my comfort and love. There are memories, fears, and even shame that you still carry in secret. I desire to remove them all so that when you walk through the new door, you will no longer bear the weight of the old burdens. Be cautious with your choices in this period, my child. While you wait, there will be opportunities that appear to be my answer, but are merely false substitutes. Do not let impatience lead you to accept less than what I have ordained. Remember, not every open door is from me. Some doors are opened to distract you from your true purpose. Therefore, let my peace be the umpire. If a path does not bring peace to your heart, step back and wait. I am also testing your obedience in the small things. My child, whoever is faithful in little will be entrusted with much. Do not despise the simple duties I place before you in this season. By doing well the things that seem unimportant, you are proving that you are ready for greater responsibilities. And my child, as you remain faithful, I will give you signs to encourage you. It may be a confirmation through someone else, a small door opening, or an unexpected shift in your circumstances. Do not take these lightly. They are reminders that I am still with you and that my plan is still unfolding. Persevere, my child. The moment when everything seems the most still is often the moment when I am preparing the greatest turning point. I am the God of suddenlies, yet to me, nothing is sudden. Everything has been arranged beforehand. When you see what I caused to break forth before your eyes, you will understand why I had you wait so long. And when that moment comes, you will not only receive the answer, but also experience a complete transformation within yourself. My child, the appointed time I have set is drawing near, and you will see that every moment of waiting, every silent prayer, every hidden tear was never in vain. You will see that I will give you not only what you have asked for, but far more than you could expect. I am the God of abundance, and when I act, I do not do it halfway. You will witness change not only in your circumstances, but also within you. What once frightened you will no longer hold power over you. The criticisms that once shook you will lose their effect. The old memories that once bound you will become testimonies of how powerful my grace is. My child, I have trained you so that you no longer depend on circumstances, but solely on me. Remember this: when I lead you out of an old season, I do not just close the door. I lock it so that you cannot go back. Your safety is not in clinging to what is familiar, but in taking my hand and stepping into what is new. I do not bring you out only to leave you halfway. I go before you, clearing the path and preparing everything you will need. My child, as you step into a new season, prepare yourself for increase. I am not merely providing for your needs, but pouring out abundance so that you may become a source of blessing to others. You will find yourself able to help, uplift, and encourage more people than before. What I give you is not meant for you to keep to yourself, but to distribute, so that through you, many will come to know and glorify me. I also want you to understand that this increase will come with responsibility. The more you are entrusted with, the more wisely you must steward it. Guard your heart from pride and comparison. You do not need to prove your worth to anyone, for I have already sealed you with my approval. Keep your focus on the mission I have assigned to you, not on impressing others. My child, there will be those who marvel at how quickly things change in your life. They will wonder why it happens to you and not to them. Some will rejoice with you, but others will question you. Do not let their words influence your heart. You are not stepping into this new season to seek human approval, but to fulfill my purpose. Remember also, not every battle requires your engagement. In this season, choose to fight only the battles I assign to you, and release those that only drain your time. Your peace is a precious treasure. Do not let anyone take it from you. When you guard your peace, you will hear my voice clearly and remain unmoved by the noise around you. My child, you will see me bring new people into your life, companions in the mission. They will not compete for your light, but will share in your vision. They will lift you up, encourage you, and pray alongside you. These are relationships I have long prepared, and at the right time I will cause them to appear. Treasure them, for they are part of my greater plan for you. You will also find doors opening that you never knocked on. Invitations, opportunities, and new pathways will come naturally, not because you force them, but because my grace is at work. This will be the moment you clearly recognize that every success is not by your own strength, but by my hand. My child, I want to encourage you to walk through this new season with confidence and courage. Do not let past experiences cause you to doubt your ability. If I have chosen you, I will equip you. If I have opened the door, I will give you the strength to walk through and hold your ground. Remember, I have not called you only to begin, but to finish. Now, my child, as you have stepped into the season of fulfillment, I want you to know this is not an end, but a new beginning. What you see before you is only the opening of a greater journey where I will take you from glory to glory, from faith to faith. Every preparation, every trial, every season of waiting in the past years has not been only for you to receive blessing, but for you to become a faithful steward of what I entrust to you. What I place in your hands now is not merely a reward, but a sacred commission. You are called to manage it with wisdom, humility, and reverence for me. Remember, grace does not only empower you to receive, but also to guard what has been given. If you treat lightly, what I give it can be taken away. But if you honor it and steward it well, it will multiply abundantly. And now, my child, as you walk in this new season, you will notice that the challenges will also change. They will no longer be like the days when your only concern was survival, but will take on more subtle forms: praise that tempts you into complacency, opportunities that seem appealing, yet pull you away from my purpose, and invitations that lead you off the path I have set for you. This is the time when you will need spiritual alertness and discernment more than ever before. I have given you something far more precious than wealth or fame, the peace that comes from my presence. My child, guard this peace at all costs. Do not allow petty arguments, comparisons, or the pressures of this world to unsettle your heart. When you hold fast to peace, you will hear my voice clearly, knowing when to move forward, when to stop, and what to avoid. My child, you will come to see that the blessings I give are not meant only for your enjoyment, but so you may become a channel through which others are blessed. I have chosen you not just to lift you up, but so that through you many will witness my light, hope, and kindness. You will find yourself led to those who need encouragement, a prayer, or a simple act of love. Do not overlook these moments, for they are the next chapter of your mission. Remember, my child, when I give you resources, influence, or opportunities, it is not for you to keep locked away for yourself, but to distribute wisely. There will be people I place in your path for the sole purpose of receiving a word of encouragement or a specific act of help, yet the impact will last a lifetime. I want you to become a living testimony of my kindness. My child, never forget your roots. When you are lifted high, bow even lower before me. Do not let success blur the memory of the days when I upheld you from nothing. Never forget that every open door exists because of my hand, not your skill or strength. When you remember this, you will not be swept away by pride or self-reliance. In this new season, I also want you to focus on building a stronger foundation. Establish unshakable spiritual habits, pray daily, meditate on my word, and seek the guidance of the Holy Spirit in every decision. When your spiritual foundation is firm, no storm will be able to tear down what I have built. My child, I also warn you that increase always draws attention, and not everyone will rejoice over what I am doing in your life. Some will misunderstand your motives and others may envy what you have. But do not get caught up in explaining or defending yourself. Let your actions, your way of life, and your faithfulness to me be your answer. I am the one who will defend your name, as I have promised. You will not need to fight in this battle. Stand firm, hold your position, and see the salvation of the Lord. 2 Chronicles 20:17. My child, this new season is not only a time to receive, but also a time to sow. You once sowed in tears. Now you will sow in abundance and joy. The seeds you plant now, whether time, talent, or resources, will yield a harvest in the future. I will cause your seasons of reaping to follow one another like a river that never runs dry. I also want you to understand that keeping your passion alive is essential. Do not let familiarity with blessings cause you to lose your gratitude. Each morning, remind your heart that every good thing you have today is by grace. When your heart overflows with thankfulness, you will continue to live in the flow of my blessing and will not lose it. My child, as you live faithfully in your season of fulfillment, I will continue to enlarge your territory, not so you may boast, but so you may have greater influence for the kingdom. I will place you in positions, relationships, and environments you never imagined you would enter. And when you are there, you will bring light into dark places, truth into spaces filled with lies, and life into hearts that have grown dry. Remember that my goal is not merely to change your circumstances, but to transform you. The season of fulfillment is only a part of the longer journey of continual transformation, shaping you day by day into the likeness of my Son. Therefore, walk with humility, keep your heart open, and keep your hands ready to serve. And I promise you, when you are faithful with what I have entrusted to you, I will continue to give more, for I know you will use it to bring glory to my name. My child, when I lead you into a season of fulfillment, I do not only want you to fully enjoy what I have given, but also to know how to guard it and make it multiply. Every new season carries both opportunities and challenges. If you only know how to receive, but do not know how to guard, the enemy will seek to creep in to take away or distort what I have placed in your hands. This is why I call you to remain watchful, for watchfulness is the shield that protects what I have entrusted to you. My child, remember the days when you were in the wilderness, when you had to be careful with every step and rely completely on me for guidance. Do not let your present abundance make you forget that spirit. In this new season, dependence on me does not diminish, it becomes even more necessary. As blessings increase, so will pressure, and there will be invitations that tempt you away from the center of my will. You will see doors opening in quick succession, but, my child, not every door is from me. Some doors the enemy opens will look like opportunities, but are in fact traps disguised with promises of immediate gain, leading you away from the path I have set for you. Therefore, I instruct you to listen for my voice before stepping through any door. The peace in your heart will be the clearest sign. If something disturbs that deep inner peace, stop, no matter how attractive it may seem. My child's success and blessing will also draw the eyes of many. Some will come with good intentions, but others will seek to take advantage or be driven by envy. You cannot control their motives, but you can control your response. Do not allow your heart to be drawn into unnecessary arguments or into proving yourself. I will be your defender, and I will guard your reputation as I have promised. I also want you to be vigilant against complacency. Complacency is a silent enemy. It makes you think you are strong enough, wise enough, and no longer need to seek me as before. My child, it is precisely when you think you are standing firm that you are most likely to fall. Keep yourself in a posture of humility and dependence on me, for it is when you are weak that my power is most fully revealed. My child, another truth I want you to hold fast. To blessings are not just for keeping, but for multiplying. I give to you so that you may become a channel of my provision for others. When you allow blessings to flow through your life to those around you, they will never run dry. But if you hold them tightly for yourself, they will begin to wither. You are called to be a steward, not a hoarder. Seek the places where I want you to sow. It may be a person in need, a family in crisis, or a work of service unto me that needs support. Every seed you sow in obedience will produce a harvest beyond your imagination. My child, sowing in a time of abundance is just as important as sowing in times of lack, for it proves that your heart is anchored in me, not in wealth or circumstances. You must also learn to manage your time well in this new season. As your influence and responsibilities grow, there will be many demands pulling you in different directions. If you do not discern what I want as your priority, you will easily become exhausted and lose focus. Let me guide you in every schedule, every meeting, every decision. When you walk according to my leading, you will do less, yet achieve more, because I will place you in the right place at the right time. In the season of fulfillment, you must also be ready to face new battles. The enemy never stands still when it sees my kingdom advancing. It will try to plant fear, doubt, and weariness in your heart. But my child, you are not fighting alone. I am with you, I fight for you, and I have given you spiritual weapons to overcome every scheme. Clothe yourself with the full armor of God each day, so you can stand firm in every circumstance. Guard the relationships I have given you in this season. There are companions who are gifts from me, and they will help you hold steady to the vision. Do not underestimate their value. Invest time in nurturing these bonds with sincerity, trust, and prayer. At the same time, be ready to release relationships that no longer draw you closer to me. Wisdom in choosing who walks with you will greatly shape the road ahead. You must also cultivate a spirit of gratitude each day. When you are grateful, you will avoid the traps of comparison and discontentment. Gratitude opens the door to new miracles, for it keeps your heart tender before me. Count every blessing, whether great or small, and offer thanks. You will find that when you give thanks, I will continue to add more, for I know you will never forget the source of every good thing. Finally, my child, do not forget that this season of fulfillment is only one part of the greater story I am writing for your life. There are still things I long to reveal, new territories I desire to lead you into, and greater missions I intend to entrust to you. Do not stop here. Keep walking, keep seeking, and keep trusting. When you are faithful in the present, you are preparing yourself for the next steps I will open before you. I want you to engrave in your heart the truth that what you are walking in today is the result of a long journey filled with tears, prayers, and perseverance, every part of which I have seen. This is not a random blessing, nor is it the product of your efforts alone, but a portion of the eternal plan I have ordained. Therefore, guard it as a sacred treasure and allow nothing to harm it. I know you have lived through lack, endured long nights without answers, and faced seasons that seemed unchanging. Yet now you stand in a place many have only dreamed of, and it is I who brought you here. This means I will also give you the strength to sustain it, to make it flourish, and to let it bring positive impact to many more lives. Do not think that once you have reached this season of fulfillment, you can rest in self-satisfaction. The enemy constantly prowls around those who have been given much for it, knows that if it can cause them to fall, the damage will be far-reaching. It may no longer attack you through lack as before, but will instead use abundance, praise, and enticing invitations to make you forget the source of your blessing. Stay alert. Whenever your heart begins to be drawn toward anything apart from me, turn back immediately. I have placed a hedge of protection around you, but you must remain within it. When you step outside of my will, that hedge will no longer shield you from the consequences. My will is not a limitation to hold you back, but a safe place where you can grow. That is why I continually remind you to seek me, before you decide, and not to let any other voice speak louder in your heart than mine. Remember, true wealth is not found in what you possess, but in living according to the purpose I have given you. If you gain the whole world but lose your calling and my presence, you have suffered the greatest loss. But if you keep me at the center, then wherever you are and whatever you do, you will carry with you a life source that never runs dry. Look beyond yourself. What I give you today is not only to meet your current needs, but also to prepare you for the seasons ahead and for future generations. Think and act with a long-term vision. Do not merely consume the blessing. Invest it into things of eternal value. Sow into souls, into the work of expanding the kingdom, and into the lives of those I place along your path. Understand that in every season, even in the season of fulfillment, you will still need my training and discipline. I love you too much to leave you where you are. I will keep refining you, expanding your capacity, and stretching your faith so that you can carry more. Do not fear new trials, for they are only the tools I use to lift you to higher ground. Keep your heart soft before me. When the heart grows hard, my voice will seem distant. Do not let success make you resistant to correction or reminders. The wise who are willing to listen will keep their path straight, but the proud will gradually wander from the way. I want you to always be among the first group, those who remain teachable, even in high positions. I also call you to maintain spiritual discipline. Do not let a busy schedule or recent successes cause you to neglect your time alone with me. Prayer, meditation on the Word, and worship are not optional, they are your spiritual breath. Without them, the flame will slowly fade, and that will open the way for the enemy to slip in. As you walk faithfully, you will see results beyond your imagination. There will be people to whom you once spoke a word of encouragement who will now become agents of transformation in the lives of others. There will be stories of how a simple act from you saved a family or brought a soul back to me. This is the greatest reward, not in what you receive, but in what you have contributed to the expansion of the kingdom. I am preparing things greater than what you see now. This season of fulfillment is only a stepping stone for you to step into greater works. I will open doors you never thought of, leading you to places that only my power can guide you to. And when you arrive there, you will realize that every step, every trial, and every blessing in the past was to prepare you for that very moment. Finally, I want you to close this part of the journey with a renewed resolve. The resolve not merely to live in blessing, but to live for the one who blesses. When I am at the center, everything else will fall into place. When you prioritize the kingdom, all your needs will be met in ways beyond your own provision. This is the unchanging promise as it is written, "But seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things will be added to you." Matthew 6:3. You must understand that the season you are living in is not only a reward for faithfulness, but also a part of my greater plan for expansion. What you have gone through was not only to refine your faith, but also to build within you a firm foundation for a broader influence. This is the time I want you to look beyond personal blessings and see the bigger picture I am painting. I have not placed you in this position merely for your enjoyment. Every opportunity, every relationship, and every open door carries strategic meaning. I want you to be aware that every step you take impacts others, even generations to come. That is why you must walk in wisdom, for your influence will spread farther than you think. There will be those who come to you because of the light I have placed within you. They will seek counsel, encouragement, and hope from you. This is your chance to become a stream of living water, not by your own strength, but through the fullness of the Holy Spirit. Yet to do this, you must continually draw strength from me. Do not allow yourself to be drained by giving without also receiving from the source of life. I also warn you that as your influence grows, so will the attention from the enemy. It will not attack as openly as before, but will look for the smallest cracks to enter. It may use busyness to distract you, praise to stir up pride, or unseen pressures to wear you down. Therefore, you must guard your spiritual discipline and remain watchful. Never forget that everything I entrust to you comes with responsibility. I do not bless you so that you may become complacent, but so that you may be a faithful steward. Faithfulness is not only measured by what you do when others are watching, but also by the hidden choices you make when no one sees. When you keep your integrity in small matters, I will continue to entrust you with greater ones. Prepare your heart for the reality that there will be doors I will close even when you do not understand at the moment. Not every opportunity comes from me. Some things may appear promising on the surface, yet within them lies a hidden snare. When I close a door, it is not a loss but a form of protection. Trust my guidance more than your own logic. There will be times when you feel as though you are moving against the current of the majority. But remember, I have not called you to blend in. I have called you to stand out for holiness and purpose. Do not measure your worth by the world's standards, for they change from day to day. Your value was determined before you were born and sealed by me. On this journey, I will place beside you those who share the same heart, people who will lift you up in prayer and share the weight of the burden. Cherish them, for they are not merely companions, but pillars who will strengthen your faith and help you stand when trials come. Do not let loneliness drive you into the wrong companionship. Allow me to choose who will walk with you. You must also remember that the ultimate goal of every success is not human recognition but glory to me. When you tell your story, always place the focus on the one who transformed it. Every time you testify, you plant a seed of faith in someone's heart, and I will use that seed to bring life. As you continue to walk in obedience, you will see doors open that you never imagined possible. I will take you to places and connect you with people that only my power could orchestrate. This will be the proof that you never have to create opportunities for yourself, for I am the one who makes the way. And when you stand before new challenges, remember that I am still your companion. I have not brought you this far to abandon you. I will supply wisdom when you are confused, strength when you are weak, and peace when you are surrounded by pressure. I will always be the place you can run to, no matter the circumstances. Therefore, keep your heart humble and your spirit watchful. Continue to sow to love and to do what is right even when no one is watching. Let your light shine naturally, for the light from me does not need to compete for space. It will shine on its own in the darkness. Be ready, for you have not yet seen all that I intend to do. This is only the beginning. I am leading you into a journey where each step will reveal a new dimension of grace and power. Keep walking, for you will witness things beyond all you could ask or imagine. You must remember that everything I have done in this season is not to end here, but to prepare you for the next step. Every experience, every tear, every victory, and even the moments that felt like failure have been shaping in you a resilience that no one can take away. I have not led you through hard seasons simply for you to look back and tell them as old stories. I have done so to make them the firm foundation for what I am about to build ahead. I want you to understand that true success is not measured by how much you have gained, but by who you have become in the process. You have learned to trust me when you could not see to walk, when you did not know the path, and to keep peace in the midst of the storm. These are lessons the world cannot buy, and they will be the lamp that lights your way in the new seasons to come. In the days ahead, enticing invitations will come your way, opportunities that seem perfect, relationships that promise to open an entirely new horizon. But remember, not every door that opens is from me. You must learn to discern between my call and the echo of the world. Only when you walk in the direction I have set will you find true peace, even if the path is not always easy. I have placed within you a heart that sees beyond personal needs. Let your eyes turn toward the souls, longing for life, those still wandering in darkness, those who need a word of hope. When you use your blessings to reach them, you are participating in the great work of the kingdom, a work whose value surpasses all material gain. Keep your heart tender and your hands open. Do not let success make you closed off or proud. An open heart will continue to receive new things from me, but a self-satisfied heart will slowly grow dry. Remember, I cannot pour into a vessel that has been sealed shut. You must also maintain spiritual discipline as an essential part of your life. Do not allow a busy schedule, work pressures, or the attention of others to cause you to neglect the quiet moments spent with me. It is in those moments that you are renewed in strength, realigned in direction, and kept from being swept into the whirlpool of the world. I want you to remain aware that the blessings I give are not only for the present, but are also an investment for the future. Use them to sow into what will last for eternity. This could be a word of encouragement to someone in despair, a small act of love with great meaning, or a silent sacrifice for the benefit of another. Each seed will grow and bear fruit in the time I have appointed. There will be those who do not understand your journey. They may doubt or even oppose the steps you are taking. But remember, you do not live to please them. You live to fulfill my will. When you place me above all else, I will take care of everything else. As it is written, if God is for us, who can be against us? Romans 8:3-1. Be ready for me to expand your influence. What I am preparing will not only be greater in scope, but deeper in impact. You will not merely reach more people, but you will touch their hearts on a profound level. This is the work of the Holy Spirit, yet I desire you to be willing to be used as a powerful instrument. And when you see the fruits beginning to appear, remember to give the glory back to me. Every good thing comes from me, and when you acknowledge that, I will continue to pour out blessings. But if your heart drifts away from me, those blessings can become a burden. You have come through a long journey, and now I tell you that this is only the beginning. Hold fast to your faith, remain watchful against snares, and be ready for a new season of commissioning. I will be with you in every step, just as I have been with you from the very start. Step boldly into what I have prepared, for what I am about to do will not only transform your life, but will also change many other lives through you. This is the time for you to rise, to step forward, and to become a living testimony of my power and love in this world. My child, now is the time I call you to step out of the familiar boundaries and into the new territory I have prepared. What you have experienced in past seasons was not only to nourish your own faith, but to shape you into an instrument to bring life, healing, and restoration to many others. You have been refined, you have learned to walk under my guidance, and now it is time for me to send you out as light in the midst of darkness. Understand that this calling is not merely an opportunity, but a mandate from my heart. I have planted in you abilities, experiences, and a heart that feels the pain of others, so that now you can stand firm and be a source of encouragement to those in despair. You do not go in your own name, but in mine, clothed in my power and grace. You will meet those who have lost hope, those who have been wounded by betrayal, by failure, and by deep scars that the world cannot heal. Your mission is not to offer them temporary solutions, but to lead them to the source of eternal life, me. You will witness eyes dimmed by tears shine again, hearts once hardened become tender in my presence, and lives transformed as they realize that I am still pursuing them. But you must also understand that when you step into new territory, you will not only encounter people longing for life, but also dark forces that have entrenched themselves there for generations. They will not want to relinquish control, and they will attempt to hinder you, discourage you, and even sow fear into your heart. Do not be afraid, for I have promised. Behold, I have given you authority to trample on snakes and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy. Nothing will harm you, Luke 10:19. What I require from you is not perfection, but obedience. Every time you do what I command, even in the smallest step, you are making way for me to act. Do not wait until everything becomes clear. Walk when I say walk, and the light will gradually break forth on the path ahead. I am the one who leads, and I have never broken my word. I know you have concerns. Will you be capable enough? Will you have the resources you need? Will you be able to stand firm under pressure? But remember, when I send, I also provide. You do not have to rely on your own strength to accomplish this work. Strength, wisdom, and everything necessary will be given at the right time. You will be amazed to find yourself doing things you once thought impossible. Keep your heart sensitive to my voice. In the new land, there will be many noises, many distractions, and many invitations from things that are not of me. Only by maintaining a close relationship with me will you be able to discern what is true from what is false. Constant prayer and meditation on my word will be the compass that guides you and keeps you from straying. I also want you to know that stepping into new territory does not mean you will see results immediately. Some seeds you sow today will take a long time to sprout. Do not be discouraged when you do not see instant fruit. Trust that I am working behind what you can see. As it is written, "For we walk by faith, not by sight," 2 Corinthians 5:7. Persevere and remain faithful, for every step you take is shaking the walls of darkness. You may not notice it right away, but each prayer, each act of love, and each step of obedience is breaking the chains that bind many. I see it, and I will not let your labor be in vain. In this new land, you will also discover aspects of me you have never experienced before. You will see me as your provider when you are in need, your healer when you are weary, and your warrior when you are surrounded. Every circumstance will be an opportunity for me to reveal myself and strengthen your faith. Therefore, go forth with confidence, not because you are strong, but because I am with you. Do not let the past or fear bind you any longer. In this season, I am calling you not only to live in freedom, but also to lead others into freedom. You will be a voice in the wilderness, a light in the darkness, a reminder that I am still working miracles. Prepare yourself, because this new territory will not only change the lives of those you meet, but it will also change you. Your vision will expand, your strength will increase, and you will be shaped to carry greater influence than ever before. This is the season when the promises I have spoken long ago will begin to unfold before your very eyes. And I remind you, you are not going alone. I go before you to prepare the way, I walk beside you to uphold you, and I go behind you to protect you. Every step you take is a declaration that my kingdom is being established. Every word you speak in obedience is an arrow that pierces the darkness, and every act of love you show is a testimony that I still reign. Stand firm, be courageous, and be ready, for I am about to do things you have never imagined. This is not just a new journey, but an entirely new chapter in your story, a chapter of which I am the author and which will surely end in glory. You must understand that when I lead you into new territory, I am not merely taking you to a physical location, but positioning you strategically in my plan. Every step you take will carry not only personal significance, but also spiritual impact that cannot be seen with the natural eye. This is why I want you to prepare your mind and heart before stepping deeper into this land. You will encounter situations where you must choose, either rely on your own wisdom or trust in my guidance. I want you to remember that your wisdom is limited, but my understanding is without end. When you entrust the decision-making to me, you will receive a peace that the world cannot give. That peace will guard your heart and mind, even when everything around you is being shaken. On this journey, there will be challenges that do not come from the enemy, but from me, designed to test and refine your faith and steadfastness. I will allow you to step into uncomfortable situations, not to make you fall, but so you may realize that your strength does not come from yourself. Just as gold is refined by fire, your faith will be purified through every trial. Do not be surprised if some of those who walked with you in the previous season will not continue in this one. There are people I placed by your side only for a set time to fulfill my purpose. When the season changes, companionship may also change. This is not a loss, but my wise arrangement so that you can continue moving forward without being bound by what no longer aligns with my plan. You must remain alert to the enemy's subtle schemes. They may not come in the form of open opposition, but through small temptations, flattering words, or distractions that pull you away from your main mission. Keep your eyes fixed on me and your heart anchored in my word. When your foundation is built on my word, no storm can sweep you away. Remember, I have given you spiritual weapons for the battle. Prayer is not merely a conversation with me. It is a powerful weapon that dismantles every plot of the enemy. My word is not just instruction, it is a sharp sword that discerns truth from falsehood. Your faith is not a vague belief. It is a shield that extinguishes every flaming arrow of the enemy. I also want you to maintain a grateful heart, even in difficult days. Gratitude will keep you from falling into bitterness and disappointment. It will help you recall all that I have done, enabling you to believe that I am still at work even when you cannot yet see it. In this new land, I will open your eyes to see opportunities to serve that you have never considered before. It may be an unexpected conversation, a seemingly chance circumstance, or a stranger I place in your path. Do not underestimate these moments, for I often use small things to bring about great change. There will be times when you feel you are moving slowly, but remember that I care more about depth than speed. I want you to take root deeply in me, so that when the fruit comes, it will not last for just one season, but endure for generations. What is built in haste easily collapses, but what is cultivated with patience and obedience will stand forever. I call you to live with an open heart and willing hands. Do not hold back what I ask you to give, and do not delay when I urge you to act. Instant obedience is the key that unlocks the miraculous. When you act the moment I speak, you allow me to work without being hindered by your hesitation or doubt. And you must also learn to rest in me. Resting is not giving up, it is trusting that I am working even when you are not doing anything. It is the deep confidence that the outcome does not rest solely on your effort, but on my faithfulness. When you learn this, you will no longer be swept up in worry, but will walk in peace and freedom. My child, this new land will be a place where you both fight and reap. You will witness spiritual victories, but you will also face new battles. Do not let this discourage you, for I have equipped you with everything you need to overcome, as it is written. But thanks be to God. He gives us the victory through our Lord Jesus Christ. 1 Corinthians 1:5-7. Keep walking, even when the path leads you into unfamiliar territory. I have gone before you, I am with you now, and I will remain behind you. Not a single step you take is wasted when you walk under my guidance. And you will see that every step of obedience will come together to form a road leading you to the things I promised from the very beginning. My child, listen carefully, for this is a defining moment. Everything you have gone through, the dark days that seemed to have no way out, the tears you shed in solitude, the times you forced yourself to rise when all strength was gone, none of it was meaningless. They are the foundation stones I have used to build something far greater than anything you have ever imagined. Today I declare to you the season of waiting has closed and the door to action has opened. You no longer stand at the threshold. You have stepped into the very hallway of destiny. I did not bring you here to hesitate. I brought you here to keep moving forward, to fulfill what I planned long before you existed. I have seen it all the times you questioned whether you were truly chosen, the nights you prayed without seeing an answer, the moments you wanted to give up because you thought I was silent. Yet it was in those very moments that I carved into you a strength you did not know you had. I shaped your will to be steadfast and trained your heart to be sensitive to my voice, so that now you can stand in the middle of the storm without being shaken. Be strong and resolute, not because you are capable enough, but because I am with you. I go before you to tear down every obstacle. I walk beside you, to lift you when you are weary, and I guard behind you to protect your rear from every hidden arrow. No power of darkness can seize the territory I have given you, unless you willingly hand it over, and I know you will not. You will meet those I have appointed along your path, fellow warriors, encouragers, and hearts that share the same vision. They are not coming to replace you, but to join you in completing the masterpiece I am painting. Yet remain vigilant, for there will be those who disguise themselves as friends, but come with the intent to divert you. That is why I have given you discernment. Use it, and do not ignore the warnings I place within your heart. You will also hear the noise words of criticism, slander, and distortion. They will seek to strike your mind and make you doubt yourself. But you must not let your eyes drift from the goal. I have not called you to argue with those who refuse to believe. I have called you to rescue those who hunger for the truth. My power will work through you, not because of your cleverness, but because of your obedience. As you walk in step with my voice, you will witness doors open that the world calls impossible. You will see battles end without you exerting your own strength. You will see hearts transformed by a single word you speak under the leading of the Holy Spirit. This new land is not merely a physical place, but a new spiritual season, a time of fulfillment. The seeds I have long planted in your heart will now sprout. Miracles will take place not for show, but to impress upon hearts that I am the living one. Lives will be transformed, not to exalt your name, but so that multitudes may come to know my name. Yet you must be vigilant. Blessings will test your heart no less than hardships. When success comes, keep your heart tender before me. When people praise you, bow before the one who gave you everything. True success is not measured by how many people know your name, but by your steadfast faithfulness to what I have entrusted to you, even when the stage lights have gone dim. There will be days when you feel drained and wish to stop. In those moments, do not rely on your emotions, for emotions are like the waves rising high and falling low. Lean on my promises instead, for my word is the unshakable rock that never changes. When you are weak, that is when my power is made perfect. You do not walk this path for yourself alone, but for the souls that will be saved through you. You are a living testimony that I still move, still heal, and still deliver. Every step you take is a declaration of war, that light will always overcome darkness, and truth will always prevail over lies. So rise and go. Let your hands touch the places that need healing. Let your words become streams of cool water to parched hearts. Let your heart be a refuge for those who seek hope. I am with you, and no force can hinder what I have ordained. Go, for the harvest is ripe. Go, for the enemy was defeated before the battle began. Go, for upon you rests a calling that no one else can replace. And as you go, you will see that every promise I made comes to pass, not early, not late, but exactly in my perfect timing. My child, I have not called you into this new land merely to enjoy blessings, but to guard and steward them according to my will. Many think that receiving the promise is the end of the journey, but in truth it is only the beginning of a new chapter, a place where you must both stand firm and bear fruit. This land will bring you opportunities you have never seen before, but it will also carry greater responsibilities. The blessings I give you are not meant for you to store up for yourself, but to become like a river that flows out, refreshing many others. If you keep them for yourself alone, they will stagnate, but if you share them, they will flow without end. I have told you from the beginning, whoever is faithful in little will be entrusted with much. In this season, I will test your heart through things that seem small, the way you treat the weak, the way you use your words, the way you manage your time and resources. These small things are the measure by which I decide whether to place greater things in your hands. There will be headwinds that test your endurance. They may come as words of doubt, unexpected failures, or pressures beyond your plans. Do not see them as signs you are on the wrong path. See them as proof that you are drawing closer to the goal. The enemy does not waste its efforts on those who pose no threat, but it will do everything to hinder those carrying out my plans. In such moments, you must know how to hide yourself in my presence. Do not seek temporary comfort from people or possessions, for they cannot fill the emptiness within. Only when you draw near to me will you find the strength to go on. I am the water that never runs dry, the shade in the scorching day, the safe refuge in the midst of the storm. I will also place upon you new responsibilities that require wisdom beyond your own ability. Do not be afraid when you feel unprepared. I have intentionally placed you there so that you must rely on me. My wisdom will come at the right moment, illuminating the path and opening solutions you have never imagined. Remember, what I seek in you is not perfection but obedience. Even if you feel clumsy, if you follow my voice, you will see my power work through you in fullness. On the other hand, if you lean on your own strength and ignore my voice, you will soon grow weary and lose your way. The calling upon your life also means that you must live differently. You cannot follow the crowd, for the crowd has not heard what I have spoken specifically to you. There will be those who do not understand, who may even criticize your choices, but you must not seek their approval. The only approval you need is mine, and you must learn one essential secret: keep your heart tender, even as your role grows in influence. Humility will keep you safe from the snare of pride, and gratitude will guard you from a sense of entitlement, the belief that you inherently deserve everything. Everything you have is the grace I have given, and that grace must never be taken for granted. In this land, you will also witness spiritual miracles, not always spectacular in the eyes of the world, but deep and enduring. You will see a closed heart gradually soften a relationship thought to be irreparably broken, restored a soul once far from me, returning to seek me again. Each of these is evidence that I am at work. Be steadfast, for results do not always come immediately. Some seeds you plant today will take a long time before they sprout, but once they grow, they will produce far more than you ever expected. Do not measure a harvest solely by what your eyes can see now. I see the outcome reaching into generations yet to come. My child, keep walking in faith, knowing that I will never abandon you. Do the work I have entrusted to you with joy, not reluctance. Give without fear of lack, for I am the one who provides without limit. And always remind your heart that true success is fulfilling my will for you, not meeting the standards the world sets. I speak to you today so that you may know this new land is not only the fulfillment of a promise, but also the place where I will continue to train, expand, and use you for a greater purpose. If you remain faithful, you will see things beyond your imagination, and you will know that all of it could only have come from my hand. Engrave this upon your heart, my child. I have placed you in a time, a position, and a mission that no one else can replace. What I have begun, I will bring to completion, and no power can stop it unless you yourself give up. Do not forget that blessing always comes with responsibility, and glory always comes with testing. You stand at a spiritual crossroads. One path leads you deeper into my presence and purpose. The other draws you back to a safe but meaningless life. I call you to choose the harder path, the narrow way that leads to life. It is the way of obedience, of sacrifice, and of complete trust. There may be moments when you are tempted to compromise, to take the easier road to avoid criticism or pressure. But remember, a small compromise today can lead to great loss tomorrow. Stand firm in the truth, even if that truth leaves you standing alone. I have promised that if you stand for what is right, I will stand with you, and I have never broken a promise. Be watchful, for early victories can cause you to lose focus. Do not let the attention of people or their praise slow your steps. This new land is not a place for you to rest indefinitely. It is a launching ground for you to go further, reaching toward greater purposes I have already prepared. I want you to understand that the enemy will never stop watching. It will try to plant doubt in your mind, to use relationships, circumstances, or even sweet words to lure you off course. But if you cling tightly to my word, you will recognize its traps from afar, and it will not be able to touch you. In the days ahead, I will open new doors you have never imagined. Some will lead you into realms of influence you have not yet entered. Others will grant you opportunities to reach people who were once beyond your grasp. Yet with each door will come its own challenges. Step through them with courage and discernment. You must also understand that the blessings I give are not meant for you alone, but so that you may be a conduit of blessing for many others. When you share, I will give more. When you hold back out of fear of lack, you limit yourself. The principles of my kingdom are unlike those of the world. It is in giving that you will have abundance. Do not forget my grace. Do not let days of plenty make you forget the dark nights I carried you through. Frequently recall your journey from where you once were through the trials you endured to the place you now stand. The remembrance of my mercy will guard you from pride and keep your heart in gratitude. My child, prepare your heart for a great harvest. It will not only be the harvest of what you have sown, but also the reaping of what generations before you have sown in faith. You will witness prayers that once seemed forgotten being answered, and you will know that I have never overlooked a single tear. But I remind you, do not let the harvest become the ultimate goal. The true purpose is your relationship with me. When you remain close to me, all else will fall into place. When you drift from me, even blessings can become burdens. Continue to nurture that relationship every day. Spend time in my presence not only when you need something, but because you love me. Seek my voice not merely for direction, but to hear what I desire to reveal to your heart. I end this word, so you may enter this new season ready to face challenges, ready to receive blessings, and ready to become my instrument for many others. You have been trained, tested, and prepared. Now is the time to walk forward with confidence, not in yourself, but in the one who has called you. Go and do not look back. Go and let your light shine into the darkest places. Go, for your time has come, and all my angels are prepared to guard you along the way. And remember, every step you take is an advance for my kingdom. My child, it is time for you to rise and step out, no longer remaining in the comfort zone. The season of hiding has ended. The season of revealing has come. I have cradled you like a seed in the soil, nourishing and protecting you, so that now you may rise in fullness in strength and bear abundant fruit. You are no longer living just to survive. Now you live to impact, to transform, and to expand the borders of my kingdom. Every step you take is not merely movement on the earth, but a spiritual imprint upon the enemy's territory. Every word you speak under my leading is an arrow of light piercing the darkness, and every act of love you offer is a strike against the power of hatred. I give you courage not for display, but so you can go where others fear to tread, to reach those whom others have forgotten. I have placed in your heart a strong calling that compels you. You cannot remain silent in the face of injustice. You cannot stay indifferent to pain, and you cannot turn away from wandering souls. Now you will begin to see. My promises take shape not in loud or dramatic ways, but in ways that are steady and undeniable. There will be encounters that seem random, but are in truth orchestrated by me. Every person you meet, every story you hear, is a part of the greater tapestry I am weaving. You will be led to doors long closed, and they will open simply because I have placed your name upon them. But remember, every open door comes with an assignment. I do not bring you into these places for you to take only for yourself, but for you to bring light and truth into them. In this season, you must be especially alert. The further you advance, the more the attention of both heaven and hell will turn toward you. Heaven will rejoice and uphold you. Hell will seek to bring you down. Yet be steadfast, for I have equipped you with the armor of righteousness, the shield of faith, and the sword of my word. No arrow of the enemy can penetrate when you are fully clothed in my armor. I also want you to remember that victory is not the destination but the foundation upon which you continue to fight. Your calling is not merely to overcome challenges for your own sake, but to become a guide for those who walk behind you. They will look to you for direction, and you will lead them not through theory but through the testimony of your life itself. Let your life be a living testimony that I am faithful. When others see how you face trials with peace, they will know that such peace does not come from the world. When they witness you giving, even when you lack abundance, they will understand that your provision flows from a source that never runs dry. And when they see you love even those who oppose you, they will recognize that it is a supernatural love only I can give. I have prepared you not only to endure the storms, but to walk in the midst of them with a smile. You will not merely overcome, but will carry others with you into victory. You will not only stand firm, but will lift up those who have fallen. You will not only receive, but will become a channel of blessing to many. In the days ahead, you will face important decisions, choices that could shape the course of your life for years to come. When you arrive at these crossroads, do not lean on human wisdom, but seek my voice. I will not let you lose your way if you ask me with a sincere heart. And even when you cannot see the full picture, if you simply follow the light I place before your steps, you will never walk the wrong path. My child, remember this. Every step you take now will not only affect your present, but will also sow seeds for the future. You are building a spiritual legacy, something that will outlast your days on this earth. That legacy is not measured by what you accumulate, but by the lives you touch and transform through my love and truth. Therefore, walk with steady feet, eyes fixed forward, and a heart ablaze. Let nothing and no one discourage you. I go before you to make a way, beside you to accompany you, and behind you to protect you. All of heaven is cheering as you step into the greatest harvest of your life. My child, as you go deeper into the land I have given you, you will notice something light draws both those who hunger for it and those who seek to extinguish it. I tell you this not to make you afraid, but to keep you alert. The new influence I grant you will bring both encouragement and opposition. You must learn to discern which voices are from me, which are from the world, and which are from the enemy. When I open doors for you, there will be people who approach you appearing well-intentioned, but whose real purpose is to take advantage of you or divert you from your path. Remember, not everyone is sent by me. Some will try to distract you with flattery. Others will plant doubt through criticism. But if you keep your eyes fixed on me, you will not be swayed by emotions or pressure from any side. This is also the time for you to be more steadfast than ever in your spiritual principles. Guard your time alone with me as you would guard your very breath. In those moments of stillness, I will give you strategies, wisdom, and peace that cannot be found anywhere else. You may face 1,000 voices each day, but one word from me will be enough to show you the direction you must take. I also remind you, do not let success make you forget its source. There will be moments when things go so well that you may feel you can manage on your own. That is the most dangerous moment. When you rely on your own strength, you remove yourself from the flow of grace. Maintain your dependence on me not only in times of hardship, but also when you are standing at the heights. In this season, I will bring you closer to people of influence, not so you may seek fame, but so you may carry my truth and my love into places where few dare to go. There will be moments when you must speak words no one wants to hear, yet they are the words that must be spoken. I have not called you to be liked by all. I have called you to be a witness to the truth. You must also learn to steward your strength and your mind. I do not want you to be worn out by taking on too many burdens. There are doors you must walk through, but there are also doors you must close. Seek my confirmation before you commit yourself, so that every step you take bears eternal fruit. Remember, every spiritual victory must be guarded. The enemy will not surrender easily. It will try to return often not through direct attacks but through gradual distractions. Guard your heart, for from it flows the wellspring of life. Do not let needless concerns or fruitless disputes take the place of the peace and purpose I have placed within you. In the days ahead, I will test you at a new level of trust. There will be situations you cannot predict or control. These will be opportunities for you to witness my power more directly than ever before. I will turn what seems unfavorable into a stepping stone to lift you higher. Do not be afraid. My child, when you find yourself stepping into territory you have never entered, it is in these unfamiliar places that you will learn the most about my faithfulness. I will show you that no human limitation can hinder the plans I have for you, as long as you keep walking in faith. Always remember, you are not walking alone. Though your eyes cannot see them, the hosts of heaven surround you. They are sent to serve, protect, and assist you in every step. The enemy may roar, but it cannot touch you while you remain under my covering. Therefore, walk with confidence, but also with wisdom. Keep your heart open to receive the new things I desire to give, but also close off the paths that would lead you away from my will. When you do this, you will not only preserve what you have received, but will also continue to grow deeper, stronger, and greater in spiritual influence. My child, now everything is ready. What I planted in you from the beginning has now come into full bloom. The seasons of waiting, the years of discipline, the long nights filled with tears, they have not been in vain. They have shaped you into a sharp instrument in my hand, ready to be sent into the final front lines. You have walked a path that many could not endure. You have stood firm when storms surrounded you. You have kept moving when the road ahead was unclear, and you have believed when all evidence was against you. Now I declare your new season has come. This is not merely a time of change. It is a transfer of authority, the moment I place you into the position of influence I have long prepared. I give you not just opportunity, but the power to fulfill your mission. You will speak, and your words will be confirmed by the works I perform. You will pray, and you will see the supernatural unfold before your very eyes. You will step into places you never dared to dream of, and there you will carry my light, bring healing, and release the living word of life I have placed within you. But remember this, the glory belongs to me, not to you. If you keep your heart in humility, I will continue to lift you up. But if you allow pride to creep in, my hand of support will be removed, and you will feel empty even in the midst of success. My child, I want you to understand that this is not the end but the beginning of a new journey, one no longer limited by what you once thought you could do. You will see old barriers fall and new paths open before you. Yet every step will require absolute obedience. I will not negotiate with you, and you cannot negotiate with the enemy. You must choose to stand fully on one side. In the days ahead, I will bring to your side new companions, spiritual comrades who will fight with you, pray with you, and share the weight of the mission with you. They are not coming to replace me, but to support you as you enter greater battles. Welcome them, but do not let any relationship take the supreme place in your heart that belongs to me alone. You will also face fiercer battles, for every new level of influence brings a new level of attack. But I assure you, no weapon formed against you will prosper. The enemy may try to silence you, but the voice I have placed within you will resound louder than ever. It will cross borders, break through walls, and reach hearts that once seemed unchangeable. Keep your eyes fixed on the ultimate goal, not fame, not wealth, not earthly achievements, but the souls that will be saved, the lives that will be transformed, and the kingdom that will be expanded. This is why you have been chosen, protected, and sent. Therefore walk with the boldness of a warrior and the gentleness of a servant. Let love guide every action. Let truth shape every word, and let the Holy Spirit direct every step. When you do this, all of heaven will work with you, and no power on earth or in the realm of darkness will be able to stop you. Remember, I go before you to prepare the way. I walk beside you to accompany you, and I stand behind you to protect you. I will be with you until the work is complete. And when you look back, you will see my footprints alongside yours throughout the journey, even in the moments you thought you were walking alone. Now I send you forth. Go and shake the world with my love and truth. Be the voice in the silence, the light in the darkness, and the hope in the midst of despair. And remember, your reward is not only in this life but also in eternity, where I will welcome you with the words, "Well done, good and faithful servant." My child, as you step across the threshold into this new season, I want you to know that guarding what I have given you is just as important as receiving it. The enemy will not stand idly by as you move from glory to glory. He will try many ways to distract you, even seeking the smallest opening to plant seeds of doubt, fear, or pride in your heart. This is why I call you to be more alert and more deeply connected to me than ever before. Remember the days when you had only me as your sole foundation. At that time, you had nothing to lose but your faith, and it was that very faith which kept you simple, sincere, and wholly dependent. Now that you have been entrusted with more, you must preserve that same spirit. Do not let wealth, relationships, or new positions dull my voice within you. I want you to understand that true influence is not measured by how many know your name, but by how many are transformed through my presence in you. A brief conversation filled with the Holy Spirit carries more weight than 1,000 eloquent words without anointing. Therefore, focus on depth rather than breadth, on quality rather than quantity. On this new journey, you will encounter open doors that may seem very appealing at first, but not all of them come from me. Some will lead to loss of direction, trading your calling for comfort or personal gain. Learn to say no to things that appear good, but are not in the right timing, so that you may say yes to the very best from me. I also want you to invest time in the next generation. You are not called to build only for yourself, but to pass on the flame to others. Seek out those I have placed beside you, guide them, and share with them the lessons and experiences you have learned through tears and seasons of waiting. In this way, your spiritual legacy will not end with you, but will continue to spread. Remember that humility is the wall of protection against downfall. When you bow low to serve, I will lift you higher. When you return the glory to me, I will continue to pour out blessings upon you abundantly. And when you recognize that all you have is from me, you will not be shaken when the world tries to take it away. In the coming days, I will teach you something important: how to fight, not only to win, but to keep the territory you have gained. This means you must continually nurture your prayer life, maintain worship, and let my word be the compass for every decision. Without constant guarding, what has been built can be destroyed. But if you remain steadfast, what I give will not only endure, but will flourish beyond your imagination. I will also challenge you to love those who are difficult to love. This is part of the strategy to expand your spiritual influence. When you love unconditionally, you release transforming power. Your love will be a testimony stronger than any sermon you could speak. Look back at the journey you have taken and be grateful, but do not stop there. The best is still ahead. I will continue to open new paths, leading you to territories no one has yet explored. And in each place, I will give you the wisdom to know when to move forward, when to stop, and when to wait. My child, never forget that I am the source of all things. When you keep close fellowship with me, you will always have the strength to face anything, and I promise that what you have begun in obedience will be brought to completion in glory. My child, I now set before you a path already prepared, marked with the imprints I have left throughout your journey. Every tear you have shed, every whispered prayer, every step you have taken in the dark, all have paved the way for this day. Today I not only bless you, but also entrust you with responsibility. I not only lift you up, but also send you out. I send you not with empty hands, but with the treasure I have placed within you, my word, my love, and my power. You will go forth as a torch in the night, as a river in a parched land. Wherever you set foot, darkness will retreat, and withered hearts will come alive again. Remember, your strength does not lie in loud declarations, but in my presence within you. Do not strive to impress. Let me make the impression through you. Do not try to carry everything in your own strength. Let my power work through your weakness. When you walk in complete dependence on me, nothing can stop the work I have determined to do through you. You will be led into places you once only dared to watch from afar. You will speak to people you once thought yourself unworthy to meet. You will touch hearts that seemed forever closed. And in each of those moments you will know for certain that it was not the result of your talent or effort, but a miracle from me. I also warn you that this journey will not always be easy. There will be headwinds, there will be opposition, and there will be moments when you feel as if you have been left alone. Yet even in those very moments, remember that I have never left you. I am there sometimes in silence to teach you to trust, sometimes in manifest power to lift you up. And when you no longer have the strength to take another step, I will carry you through that stretch of the road. Keep your eyes fixed on the eternal goal. Do not let the noise of the world lead you astray. Do not let praise make you complacent, nor criticism cause you to retreat. Your mission is not to please people, but to fulfill the will of the one who has called you. I promise you, if you remain faithful, you will witness an increase beyond anything you could imagine. The seeds you sow today will one day grow into vast fields of harvest. And one day when you stand before me, you will see clearly every moment of obedience, every act of sacrifice, every tear shed. They will have become precious jewels in the crown of glory I place upon your head. So go. Go with boldness, yet with humility. Go with a heart ablaze, yet with ears attentive to my voice. Go not to seek safety, but to fulfill your mission. Go as a bearer of good news, as a builder of peace, as a healer of the brokenhearted. And as you go, remember this: I go before you to prepare the way. I go behind you to protect. I walk beside you to accompany. And I dwell within you to give you strength. Nothing can separate you from my love. No power can overcome the one I have anointed and sent. This day is not the end, but the beginning. From this day forward, all of heaven will watch every step you take, strengthening, encouraging, and preparing the reward for the day you return. Go and shake the world with my presence. Go and cause the darkness to retreat. Go and bring hope to the places no one dares to go. I wait for you at the end of the journey, with open arms and a smile full of pride, to say, "Well done, good and faithful servant." Enter into the joy of your Lord. If what you have heard has touched your heart, click subscribe and turn on the notification bell to continue walking together in every step of faith where God's word lights the way and His love guides you each day. The Lord be with you. Amen.